All right. You are welcome to this episode of Publish and Prosper. Thank you for being on this call. And just in a moment, we are going to set the ball rolling for this conversation. Thank you for being here. And this episode of Publish and Prosper promises to be not just an eye-opener, promises to be a transformative and transformational session for every participant. So I'm excited to have you joining us today. And I want to assure you that our panelists and our moderator are ready for today. Will be the anchor for today, and in a short while, I will be handing over the conversation to the moderator, and we are going to be having quite an amazing session today. So thank you for being here, and thank you for being on this call with us. Good afternoon, everyone, and it is an honor for me and for all of us at ACE Academia Cafe Elites community to welcome you all to this edition of Publish and Prosper. And before we get in today, I want to prep us for what we are here to do this afternoon. Now, when I started my academic journey, I thought the biggest challenge that I will face is how to publish, how to write paper and publish in journals and it's that level of global recognition. But along the line, I realized that I was very wrong. Now, the real challenge that I had to battle, I had to struggle with is beyond publishing. I have to struggle with navigating the unknowns. Then I begin to realize that in academics, there are unwritten rules. And there are so many invisible hurdles and internal walls that until you get inside, that is when you get to realize all those things. And I wish that somebody have told me that this is how the journey is going to be. And now, to be honest with you, my story is not unique because many academics, even those that are called today, on this call with us today, can relate. And this is not because of lack of intelligence or lack of commitment. Now, so today, what we are here to do is, we are not here to have the usual academic dialogue as it used to be. We are not here to talk story. We are here to open what I would call a boat of hard-earned wisdoms. Hard-earned wisdom. We are here to learn from stories, stumbles, strategies, and salient lessons that most of us wish we had known when we are starting out our career. And here's the thing, Publish and Prosper, this platform is not created to share story or to tick another academic box. Publish and Prosper was created because we know that behind the academic work and research workflows, behind the research papers, behind the conference presentation, behind the supervision and thesis defense is a human being navigating with stress, prayer, doubt, growth, visibility, uncertainty, and most importantly, instability. So, Publish and Prosper is a platform for raw, empowering, transformative, and actionable conversations for academics, researchers, postgraduate students, and academic mentors. And today, we are here to have the real talk that we really discuss or talk about at our various academic meetings or gathering. We talk about the burnout, imposter syndrome, shifting expectations, research battles, and the salient victories we really celebrate. So for all scholars, academic professionals, and researchers, this episode is our way of saying you are not alone. And for every committed individual who stays true to the end of today's episode, for your time, effort, and the data bundles you spent to be on air with us, you are going to be rewarded with information that will redefine your career and put you up for global relevance. And I also promise you bonus access to resource materials that will change your research journey for life. And the bonus access will be given at the close of this session. So once again, I want to welcome every one of us for being on this conversation. And today, on Publish and Prosper, the academic career, if I knew then what I know now. This is about lifting the curtain, hearing from academic leaders who have walked through fire, climbed, paused, pivoted, and are still here to light the path for others. And today, we'll be exploring the real guidance and leadership that we hardly find in any institutional or university handbook. And we are going to be talking about how to strategize your career development and meet professional expectations. We are going to be exploring how to integrate personal life and academic work without burnout. And we are going to also be sharing on how to navigate institutional politics and power dynamics. We are going to also be encouraging and be helping ourselves to master how to build income streams and financial stability without compromise. And most importantly, we are going to be exploring strategies on how to preserve our peace and health. So, like I said, I am the anchor for this event. My name is Dr. Tom Idu. I'm a faculty member at Modibo Adama University, Yola, and I'm the convener of Publish and Prosper. And today's conversation, we are having three seasoned academic icons. As the moderator, we are having a principal research officer at the Nigerian Institute for Oil Palm Research, which is an excellent mind and avid communication with a grasp of academic storytelling. And we have two professors that are going to be joining us also, which are experienced academic leaders who understand the system and are committed to helping the next generation of scholars navigate academic career in a better way. Now, I want to appreciate them for their preparedness for this conversation today, and for the level of authenticity and generosity they have decided to show us today. So my appreciation to all our panelists and our able moderator. And before I hand over to the moderator to steer us through the conversation, here are a few things I want us to take note of. Now, I want us to understand that this is no performance zone. We are not here to to impress or grade. We are here for real talk, open conversation, and to walk away not just informed, but empowered. So whether you are an aspiring scholar who is wishing for the most fulfilling career in academia, an early career academic navigating the initial part of your career journey, a mid-career academic professional in the thick of it, or an academic front runner approaching the roundup season, you are all welcome. So I encourage us, take a breath, grab a notepad, and settle in. Engage, take notes, ask questions, and the most important of all, be present. We are live. We are live. So on behalf of the Academia Cafe Elites community, ACE community, I welcome you to the episode 2, Publish and Prosper. We talk bold insight. And at this junction, I will be handing over the conversation to the moderator. And before then, let me confirm, before I hand over the conversation to the moderator, I want to know, Professor Shehu.
Yeah, Dr. Thomas, you
Professor Shehu, sir.
Thank you very much.
Dr. Okay, thank Thomas. You very much for your presence. And Professor Maureen. Professor Maureen. Dr. Bright, are you there?
Yes, good afternoon to you, sir. Yes, I'm here.
Good afternoon. Thank you for being here. I hope we are not having issue of network. Professor Maureen is yet to be on this call. Okay? Okay, let me hand over to the moderator and let's see what is happening. I think since we have Prof around, we can move on with the conversation. We know we academics, and we are time conscious, and we have to get the ball rolling. So, Dr. Bright?
I'm very much here, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm handing over the conversation to you as the moderator for this afternoon, Publish and Prosper, episode 2, the academic career, if I knew then what I know now. Thank you, and wish you an amazing conversation.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
Well, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon to everyone. I welcome you all to the second episode of Publish and Prosper, the academic career, if I knew then what I know now. And I urge us all to, to keep ourselves ready for the conversation for today. By the special grace of God, it's going to be an interesting one. It will be insightful, and the necessary impacts that we needed to get from the program, we'll all have it at the end of the day. And I'm happy that Professor Shehu is already on board. Why we'll begin the conversation right away. Why Professor Mrs. Maureen will join us subsequently. So at this moment, I welcome you all once again. And I urge us that we will find it very interesting. We should pay attention to details and so at the end of the day, we'll grab the message. Professor Sheo, I want to welcome you sincerely, Prof, for joining.
Thank you very much, Dr. Bright.
Thank you very much, Prof. I want to welcome you because I know that out of your very tight schedule, you've honored us to also be here this afternoon to also do justice to the topic of the day. And at the end of the day, I know that our participants will be very much happy that they have spent their time with us this afternoon. So first and foremost, I want to introduce myself. My name is Dr. Bright Osabo Elme Bibi. I am a research scientist with Nigeria Institute for Oil Palm Research. I am an agricultural economist by profession, and I will be anchoring this program this afternoon. And with me, we already know is Professor Sheo Gulumba. I pray I pronounce this surname very well, and him to do justice to his introduction, so that at least our participants already on the program, we actually know who our Prof is at the moment. Thank you very much, Prof.
Thank you very much, Dr. Bright. You're welcome.
Thank you, sir. So, Prof, the floor is open now for you to formally introduce yourself so that our participants will know who exactly Prof is.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Bright. As you have said, my name is Professor Sheu Usman Gulumbe from Usman Danfodio University, Sokoto, and an indigenous of Kebbi State of Nigeria. I hold my first degree in mathematics, then master's and the PhD in statistics. I've been in the university system since 1984 as a graduate assistant, and I rose to the rank of professor. I've published a wide range of publications, mounting about 81 in journals. Currently, I'm the vice president of the CISO, that is Chartered Institute of Statisticians of Nigeria, which was formerly NSA. And I'm also a member of RSS and the International Statistical Institute. I've been outside academia. I've been a member of various boards and processors. That is that. And I've been in the Federal University building in Kebbi when it was being established. And we went there and established the university. Set up the university myself and the vice chancellor there. I spent some 5 years there before I moved back to my base, that is Usman Danfodio University, Sokoto. You see, my main interest is in statistical pattern recognition and statistical computing all the way. And as I have said earlier on, I've been member of so many boards and processors outside academic, like SHOAP, Kebbi State College of Art, and Kebbi State Board of Science and Technical Education, Sokoto State College of Art and Science by then, but this have now changed name and what have you. So briefly, this is my take for now.
Okay. Thank you very much, Prof. I want to thank you sincerely for the very broad introduction that covers every aspect of what you've been doing, and that also showed to us that you are the right person for the job for today, because seeing your profile here is a very intimidating one, because I know that you are quite informed and very much on ground as far as academics is concerned. You are not just a man who is just restricted to the university environment. You are also part of what is happening in our country. You've also contributed to different programs of government. So I know that your views as regards our topic for today will be a very good one for us because of your experience. Thank you once again, Prof, for that wonderful introduction.
Thank you very much, Dr. Bryce.
Yes, Prof. Prof, we'll go straight to the business of the day, Prof.
Yeah.
Now that we're on the introduction, Prof, we just want to begin like this on a very soft note, Prof. I know that you've been in the university environment for quite a long time. Prof, I know
Yes.
the academics, I know there's a lot that you have to say. But Prof, sir, what is that one thing that you think that you discover about your academic career, whether very early or not too early? What was that particular surprising thing, Prof, that you have discovered about your academic career?
Yeah. One very important thing there is that one, as far as academic is concerned, you have to be, first of all, hardworking and focused. And that make sure if you want to take academic career, or if you are taking academic career, then you are not searching for money. You can't be rich in academic career. That's one truth about it. But one thing is that you can be honored. You have honor in academic career. At least in those days, I can say. This is very important because that really what dragged me into that career. Honor. Honor is very important in those days because when you are an academic, then wherever you go, people usually honor you and see you as an important figure in public wherever you go. And because you see, you are not there to make money. If you want to make money, you go for business. But here, you are now building generation upon generation people. And that's what is important. And so you'll always, every time when you look back and front, you'll be happy that, okay, yes, uh, this person, that person, and the other person as well, I met them what to be. So that source of inspiration is very important and keep you growing, keep you strong always when you look around and see wherever you go. That is a very important thing to not to take note of. And as far as the lesson that I learned from that, a little bit like is that when you are in academic career, in academic, you have to be focused. Focus is very important. You see, I learned that hard way. Let me tell you, because when I was growing, there was no such, a good academic mentor that can mentor you right from the beginning so that you have a real focus on what you want to do, what you want to become, and what have you, or at least the area. So I learned it a hard way. So for the young ones that are coming on now, it is really important that you have a focus. What I mean by a focus is that what area do you want to pursue your academic life on? You are, say for instance, you are in statistics. So what part of statistics do you want to get on with? You focus on that. Not only here, you are here today in quality control. Tomorrow you are in Bayesian statistics. Next one you are in environmental. This and there. So everywhere you are. So you will become a jack of all and the master of none. So it's very important that you have a focus right from the beginning. And that will really help you even in your fabrication, which is very important. And you see, that is, in many cases, what is missing now in many of our young academicians. Why? Simply because they want to publish in almost everything so that they have so many number of publications to be a reader, professor, just in 1 day or 2 days time, some sort of that nature. So you'll find that at the end of the day, if you look through all those publications, there is no focus. No, you cannot pinpoint and say this person is an expert in this area or in that area. It's a master of, jack of all trades, master of none. And that is worrisome, honestly. If you really want to be infactful in your academic life, then it means you will have to have a focus. And that is what we are liking now, especially in the young people. And that is important. Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Prof. A very insightful, information that you've brought to the fore. You've also made us understand that passion is very key when it comes to academics, and that academics is also full of honor in those days and presently, even in spite of the economic situation in this part of the world. That again, that as an academia, you are a very important figure in the society. The government call on you, the society needs you when there are issues to also now help them find a pathway. All of this you have brought to the fore, and as a builder of generation, that gives you, high hope that without you, there will be no other generations of, leaders in all aspects of our, economic life. Then again, you have made it very clear to us that focus is key, that a man who has focus, his direction will be known. But if there is no focus, the direction will not be very clear to each and every, it will not be clear to any of us. Prof, I want to thank you again for this insightful, presentation as regard that surprising thing that we needed to know as far as the academic career is concerned. Prof, we'll go further again. That looking at all of these that you have stated, Prof, you look at it that the present day, sir, this focus that you have talked about is very key, and this passion is also very key to the academic world. But sir, is it very easy presently, sir, when it comes to passion? Because a lot is affecting the passion that you have for different job at the moment. How do you now marry the passion with the present reality that we have, Prof?
Yeah, honestly, it's not difficult. Nowadays, it's even much easier because you have every tools at your door front. In those days, if you say you want to focus on certain things, you'll find it difficult even to get tools or materials for research and what have you. But nowadays, things are made very, very easy. And the comfort of your chair and table without going anywhere, your computer, your handset, and what have you, you can learn so many things within a short period of time. So that's what makes it very easy for you to become focused. And you see, there are many, many, many areas in each field. In every field you are, you have so many sections that you can just focus on. And believe you me, if you do that, then you become an expert. You will make an infactable contribution to the development and the area that you are working on. You see, it is because of lack of that focus. That's why even our researchers are not making any much impact to the development and solving problem. Otherwise, research merely is aimed to actually solve a problem, practical problem. But if at the end of the day that is not what you are getting, then research is just I don't know what to put it, but that's why you keep on we keep on doing research and always just filing them in our cabinet, not making any practical impact at the development of our nations or generality. So to me, it's very easy, even now, for you to be focused. Just make sure which area you want to take on. Then you focus on that. And believe me, by the time you do that, 1, 2, 3, then you will become an expert. Everybody will hear you. And then you will also be able to make a solution, to bring in solution to a practical problem. But if you are not doing that, then there is no way you can have that a solution to the problem, practical problem. And believe me, whichever area you are in an academy, you can solve a practical problem using that. For instance, if you are a statistician here, you can solve a problem of even water problem in the city, sanitation in the city, what you call traffic in the city, or what have you. I will tell you something that happened when I was young. There was a lady that we were studying with in UK in those days. Now, her problem, she was doing statistics, but her problem was now she was trying to see how they can maximize the milk volume from cows using statistics, that is statistical image analysis. Now, here back in this our place, when you say you are doing statistics, people will feel that what practical application do you have? How can you solve any real life problem of using that? It is a question of focus. If you focus on that, there are many things you can do.
Okay, thank you very much, Prof. The thing is getting more interesting, and there are more insights that are being opened to us at the moment. But Prof, will go further. Prof, if you look at the academic career, is there anything that you felt have cost you your peace of mind along this your academic career life?
Yes, Tara. One, I said in those days, academic have an honor. Have an honor simply because what you are getting is enough for you to cater for your family. You don't need to be rich, but you are comfortable. But nowadays, sincerely speaking, it is not that. Except and until you have some other means of income, honestly, you will be in trouble. So that is what I learned now in a very hard way. Remember here in the academic, just last, was it 2 years back or something of that nature, where our salary was withheld for good 8 months. Nothing. You can imagine if you don't have any other means of income coming into you, how will you cater for your family? That is terrible. So it is important that nowadays, even if you are in academic, you need to learn some vocational skills that can help you get some more income or do some side business. But that is also not, because it comes also at a cost. If you are doing business, then how many hours will you give to that business? How many hours will you give to your academic pursuit? That's another thing that you need to balance. Otherwise, you have some problem as to that. But nevertheless, it is important that nowadays, with your academic pursuit, you need to have some other means of incomes to come in. Otherwise, what you are getting will definitely not be enough for your comfort.
Thank you very much, Prof, for that once again. Because I know that though it is good to have diverse means of income, but when it comes to the academic career, we've also observed that having other means of income, lecturers having other means of income also affect their work that they are doing, because the nature of their work is just that the part of the world we're into, government might not have taken them seriously the way it ought to be. But we've seen that some of them that have diversified, these have really affected their job. But on the other hand, again, if we not say no, they shouldn't do it, how would they also survive if there are issues? Because it's only a man that is satisfied that can be able to, satisfy others. It's only a man that is already filled that can be able to, give out to others. But all of these are questions that is deep begging for answer as far as the academic work is concerned. That is why when we say have means of income, which is good, but we are seeing is being detrimental to the academic work. So,
For sure.
in that regard.
Yeah, for sure. As I have said, definitely it comes at a cost, because it means you are divided. You want money, you want also have your academic pursuit. I'll tell you, there was a time during Chancellor, what is this? Was it her name in Germany? when she increased the pay of their professors and what have you in Germany, people were rushing that, why don't you also increase our own pay and what have you? She said, no, if you want to be in that, join as a teacher. The teachers are the backbone of any nation. They build the nation. If you want to get that much pay, go and join the teachers. But here, that's not the case. I will tell you, in those days, the salary of professor is more than that of the Chief Justice of the Federations. So immediately after that, you see, that's why I said in those days you have honor, because what you get is enough for you. But now, it's not the case. Go and see what salary we are getting. You train somebody today, he graduate and join an NPC or join FIRS or join custom or join what have you. His salary as a fresh employee there is more than your own salary that have been professor for 20 years. I mean, so what do you do? And definitely, as we said, yes, you need to have also another thing, that is another way of getting some income. But definitely that comes at a cost, and that's why we have this problem nowadays in our institutions. People you find are not all that much keen and serious about really putting in their time, putting in their best every now and then to see to the real life of academic, because what they are getting their take home cannot take them home. So what do you do?
Wow. Thank you very much, Prof. It's getting more interesting, and we are opening a lot of areas that are also, that have also been disturbing us for quite a long time, and Prof is actually doing justice to all of them. The participants, your time will also come to ask some few questions. Whatever you have, keep noting them down, so at the end of the day, we'll be able to, Prof will be able to do justice to the questions that will also arise at the end of the day. We'll continue, Prof. Prof,
Yeah.
if you look at the academic world, it is a very interesting world to be. But sometimes, Prof, I don't know, is there something they have warned you about this, maybe before you enter, or maybe along the line? Is there something they have warned you about as far as this academic world is concerned?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I cannot say anybody has warned me about joining academic or not. But I've learned that yes, you join academic, you want to join academic, good. Because in those days, because before you join academic only if you are intelligent. That's one thing, baby. Okay, but nobody in those days, because you'll be seen as somebody very intelligent and somebody very important if you join an academy, because you know that yes, you can do it. But today that's not the case. But nobody honestly have warned me as to whether or not to join the academy. But I've seen people that are not in the academic, really, some that have gotten some job within just 1 year or so. You will see them with flying cars, houses, and the money including. But for academic, that's not the case. You cannot. But the only thing that we had in those days is the honor, which I keep on saying, the honor. And we don't mind, because what we are getting was just enough for us to cater for our family. Remember, it's not every individual that is he's just that is interested in accumulating wealth and what have you. No, once he can get his basic needs, he is okay in life. He's okay in life. But the problem is, if you cannot have that, then that's where you'll have every sort of problems in life again. Dr. Bright. That's the main thing.
Okay, thank you very much, Prof, for that very wonderful answer. Prof, sir, if you look at the academic world again, what's that thing that have helped you to find your footing? Because we know that when you enter the academic world, sometimes it might not be easy for you to easily blend along the line. But sometimes some persons are along the line as they move on. They will just, they will just be able to find their path, find their footing, and just begin to flow along. Prof, what is that particular thing that has helped you find your footing as far as the academic world is concerned, Prof?
Yes, that's I have learned from some of my mentors abroad. Because when I went there, I realized that one, you cannot be an expert in every field. That's very important. So I realized that this person is just in one tiny area, but he's making a very good impact on that, and he is okay with that. And for every bit of every problem, it's targeted towards him to give a solution. Okay, but when you say you want to be everywhere, that is a source of problem. It means at the end of the day, you will be in trouble and you will not be able to make any impact. If they said if you want to urinate for it to form, then it means you will have to be urinated in that same place. You have to urinate in that same place several times for it to form. If you did not, then there is no way it comes. So that is it. So if you really want to make an impact, an impact, then it means you will have to be doing that something for several years for you to be a real expert in that, and then be able to make an impact as to the real life application of that is concerned.
Okay, thank you very much, Prof. Once again. I've seen that being an expert in a particular chosen area will also make you easily find your footing, because it's obvious that one cannot be a jack of all trades. You might have little knowledge of a lot of things, but more of your expertise will be directed at a particular area where you can actually give your best to society and the world. Prof, again, looking at the academic world, there are a lot of challenges in the academic world. Prof, is there at the moment, especially in this part of the world where we are from, is there something that has made you almost quit this academic profession? Is there something that has led to that? Is there something that you feel has almost made you quit that profession that you have said is very honorable, Prof?
Yes, there is. Many a times, lack of the basic infrastructure. You see, let me tell you something. For me now, if I want to, sometimes there are some simulations that one might like to carry out, which may take maybe even 10 hours doing using computers. But you don't have the power supply. You cannot have a constant power supply for 5 good hours. How will you do that? How will you do that? In those days, before before power is taken off, it will be announced that okay, from 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock there will be no power. So you know that, and then thereafter you will have a constant power supply. But now you don't have. The universities cannot even guarantee 5 good hours of power supply. They don't have the money. They don't have the resources. So how will you do? And you see, you cannot. There is nothing you can do nowadays without power. If I'm sitting in my office, even on the computer, I need a power supply. And for those in the life science, in the life science, they need power to carry out their practical. There is no that power. What will they do? So this is a very big challenge for an academician nowadays, and that's what is driving sometimes many of us that thinking that, oh, why shouldn't I even quit these things, since these things are becoming now very difficult, and you cannot carry out the research that you want to carry out. So that is one important thing. Forget even about the economic hardship and whatever. This single thing of lack of constant power supply is getting us crazy all the time, sincerely speaking, Dr. Wright.
Oh, thank you very much, Prof. Because we are very much aware that the infrastructural deficit in the country is having its toll on every aspect of the economic life of Nigeria, whether at the university level or even at the the household level. So all of these, we pray that things will get better. So at least a lot can also be done as far as university is concerned. And what Pope is saying is a big challenge to every institution at the moment, as they are all struggling to find their way over this, power supply situation. But Prof, if we move further, Prof, in all of this, Prof, sometimes this academic profession we get lost, or we feel lost along the line, even in the crowd, despite our diligent work that we've already offered to this particular profession. Prof, how have you been able to turn this? How have you been able to turn, turn around this particular situation? There are times when you get lost in the crowd. How have you been able to navigate your way out of this, Prof?
you you need to be very calm. You need to calm down. Eh? When you calm down, you now easily find yourself. But if you are in a haste, then definitely you will also get into more trouble. But what I mean by you need to calm down, you need to make sure that one, you see, you cannot go into wrong with each and every other person. You have to do it your own way. Gradually, you will get to where you want to go. But if you say you want to follow somebody, you want to intimate, copy somebody that this person has just done this and then he has succeeded, I'm also going to do this. You will be in trouble. Do it your own way. You are not on the same speed. Okay? Your own is very important. If you do that, then definitely you will navigate and find yourself to the final destination. And remember, even cars, some speed faster than some. So if you have your own car, and that person he has a Mercedes, other person has a BMW, and what have you, if you think you can speed the same speed with those ones, you are only, killing yourself. You are only, what will I say? You are only deceiving yourself. But go on your own way with your own speed. And if they drive from Sokoto to Lagos, you will also eventually get to Lagos using your own type of car, no matter the speed you are going. So that is what is important. Uh, don't rush into those things. Go on your own way. And believe you me, if you do that with patience, you will reach the destination wherever the other person goes there.
Yes. Thank you once again, Prof. Because I know very well that when one following his own path diligently, you will surely get to your destination. But I know that you also agree with me that the younger generation that we have are a bit, they are a bit in a hurry to also get things done. And when they get into this profession at the moment, they're always in a hurry to quickly, attain some things, not knowing that it takes time. Every stage before you get to another stage has a particular line of preparation. All of these must be followed to the latter, so that at least we will not have issue that has to now, we'll not have to learn the hard way. But be that as it may, Prof, will you say that the academic profession, is it that it's unrewarding at the moment? Considering you're looking from, you can judge from your experience, is it unrewarding? Because if you look at the way it is at the moment, Prof, even the young people that have been employed today, they no longer stay on the job. Any opportunity they get, they are off the job immediately. The highest is being suffered by the academic world at the moment in Nigeria. Even though doctors are complaining, but I don't feel their own is even compared to what we get from the university. What is it that the academic career is unrewarding?
Yeah, it's honestly it's rewarding. It's rewarding, but not materially per se. But sometimes it can come to that. Because you see, I will tell you my experience now. For instance, wherever I go in this country, I was this last year I went to Calabar for a conference, and when they had that, this is Professor Gulumbi. So people were running, oh, you saw you are the one so tiny like this, and This person will say, oh, you were my excellent examiner in PhD. This person will say, you are my assessor for professor. This person will say, oh, I taught him this undergraduate, postgraduate, and what have you. So many people. So that's, I mean, it's something encouraging, even though it's not a material, but yes, it's very important. For instance, nowadays, I can probably say that I have about 10 professors that I train. So wherever I go, I feel happy, not because they are giving me money, but I mean, that also is very important. But that not to say that even some material again can come on. You can imagine that person now that you train in for PhD or for masters or for professorship and what have you, that he has become a minister. You'll not be surprised one day they will call you and say, okay, you are chairman of this board or this or that, and before you realize, you will also make some worldly gain. So you can get some worldly gain, but then not always. But that fact that you feel so much happy that yes, you have helped in developing some in the nation, because when you educate people, you are really developing a nation, and there's no way you can be forgotten forever.
Thank you very much, Prof, once again for that information. And we're happy because I know that when you see the professors, the lecturers in the university see themselves as builders of our generation. And again, when they measure their contribution to the country and the world, they feel very fulfilled and very happy, even in spite of the less material gain that they are having. But Prof, sir, how would you also now advise the early career owner who are always looking for the quickest exit to leave the academic world at the moment, which is very high in the university?
Yeah, I've really noticed that nowadays. The young people, as you have rightly said, they they are very, very much eager to climb high. To see somebody today in this place is a lecturer too. Uh, Once you see some advertisement, you would like to go jump to one university to be a senior lecturer, and then another 1 year you will see him also applying for leader of professorship within no time, and he will be called a professor, but he does not profess anything. He is a professor. He did not even build anybody. He has not, mentor anybody, be it research or even in the teaching itself. So that is very bad, and it tells even on our research and publications. That is very important, and it's worrisome as well. Our young people now always want to, within no time, to also be called professor. A professor does not profess anything, because he did not train anybody. Not only publications that are important in professorship, but training itself. You need to train people also, and through that training also, you are also getting more and more and more experience. And that is what is important. So that wherever you go, wherever you talk, yes, people will know that, yes, you are talking sense. You know what you are doing. Okay, wherever you go. But nowadays, that's not the case. And with the advent of this AI something, it's making even things worse. Hmm? Yes, AI has its own goodness, but honestly, it's also have its own backside of it, Dr. Bright. So we got to be very careful on those things. Otherwise, we'll be in trouble. But of course, I don't blame them, because sometimes many universities, many polytechnics, and what have you are being opened, and these academicians are nowhere to be found. So those little ones that are there, you find them running from one place to another before you realize today somebody has graduated with PhD this 2025. Before he goes to in 5 years' time, you see him as a professor. So all those things are there because they are needed, they are nowhere to be found, and those that are around, then you'll also make use of that opportunity to see that, yes, they also become what they call professor, period.
Thank you very much, Prof, for that very insightful information that you've also brought to the fore. Because the younger generations, they are also trying to have a grasp of, they're already feeling the economic heat and all of that. So they are finding a way to also strike a balance. That is why they are where they are also doing what they are doing. Prof, I've said a lot, and we quite appreciate all your, all your effort in doing justice to all the questions that have been put before you. Prof, we know very well that every institution, university, there are just as some school of thought. I've said that humans, we are all political animals. But how do we now navigate through the institutional politics that is playing out in different academic environment? Because a lot is happening both at the departmental level, the faculty level, and at the management level in the university. Prof, sir, how do we navigate through all of these institutional politics that is happening in Nigeria? Because that also has its own, it has its own effect on how academics has also been taken in Nigeria, and how things, how some persons also feel deprived of some of the things that some people have gotten to them and all of that. So how do you think we can be able to navigate through this, institutional politics?
Yeah, you see, for institutional politics, when you come in as a young person, uh, first of all, what is important is that you have to be hardworking, you have to be trustworthy. If you are having those two things, then definitely you will easily be noticed, and thereby you will be come you will be gradually involved in those things. I will tell you, when I joined the university there in '84 as a graduate assistant there, just barely a year, I was made a departmental examination officer. And thereafter, I dropped it and I went for my master's. Then after that, I became, when I came back, I became faculty examination officer, then head of department, then dean, then involved in all sorts of committees and what have you within the university. Why? The most important thing, the yardstick there is that you got to be hardworking, and the one and two, you got to be trustworthy, so that people will notice that, yes, when you are given responsibility, you will take it to the best of your ability and make sure that you deliver. You'll be surprised. There was one person here. He has served the university. In fact, he has just retired. But you will see that that person, he was complaining that throughout his life in the university, he was never involved in any committee of the university. I said, but why? Not even your department, not even the faculty, not even the university wide. He said, yes, he has never been there. I said, yeah, it is your own problem. It's on your own problem. It means you are not hardworking. It means you don't care to the development of even your department, faculty, and the university. Otherwise, there is no way you can say you are working in the university up to that time of your retire and you have not been in any committee in the university. That is one thing. But that is getting involvement there. But for young people also, I would not advise them to get very much involved into that politics. All, of course, a mix of two things there, because you asked me about politics, and the way you say politics, I don't know whether you are talking of getting involved into running for some appointment they are within the university or what have you. But the other one that I've just said is just administrative responsibility from the university. But for politics, where in the universities now you find sides even. This back this person, the other one back this person. Even in the department, there are such politics there. But what is important is that somebody have to be honest, first of all, and they have to be seen as responsible. If you have those characteristics, then definitely people will always want to come to you. They will always want to be associated with you. And you will always be called upon to come to lead something. And that is very important. Otherwise, you will just be there, yes, as an academician doing your academic, whatever, but you will not be yet involved into the university politics. So the most important thing is that you got to be hardworking, you got to be responsible and trustworthy. Then definitely people will identify you, and they will also be identified with you, and you will get it on there. That's my own.
Thank you very much, Prof. We are very happy for your answers to all the questions that have been put before you. And again, we're happy with the way you've also answered this, because the politics of the university is not meant for everybody. Yes, we have different policies both at the departmental level, the faculty level, and the management level. So in all of these, hard work sometimes will be the one that will single you out for, for recognition that will also pay off for you because of your level of focus. Because when any head of department that realize that you've also assisted him or her to ensure that all the responsibility put before her, you made him or her to succeed. So they will also begin to now, involve you in a lot of things. So it is very clear that hard work is very key in whatever we do. But Prof, we'll go back again to the economic situation that is also affecting the academic world. Prof, looking at the economic situation, yes, the way it stands now, because when we look at the last ASU strike, we know the effect. So when academicians were not paid over 8 months, so we know the effect of that on the lecturers at that time. So, Prof, looking at that, Prof, will you now say that having income strain at the moment will also help lecturers to strike a balance and make them more focused to get their work done, even in spite of the the disadvantage of all of this to their profession? But presently, sir, would you say that this, if they can gain financial stability, it will have a way of also enhancing their job?
Yeah, financial responsibility. Responsibility. Now, if you can get something good that will be able to sustain you, a take-home pay that can take you home, not a take-home pay that cannot take you even halfway, then you will be able to do, to concentrate on your academic pursuit and your academic responsibilities and what have you. What we have now is really a very difficult situation. And that's why ASU, yeah, is not happy with the what government has done, that coming up with the what they call loan for us. When you have I'm owing you something, and you say you want to give me loan, give me what I'm owing you, and let me have with that. Enhance the pay of the academicians, and they will be happy. Because as I have said earlier on, it's not everybody that is bound to do business. Somebody, once he can get what he will feed his family, pay his children's school fees, do, get his transport, he's okay. Uh, Not everybody would like to say he will have to go and get, money to do business and what have you. If he can get his basic needs, it's okay. So that's what we really need. Uh, Give us something that is good enough to take care of us and our families. That's all. And you will see wonders. And that's what is happening. And that's why you see now people are running away from this type of job, the academic job, because it's not paying. It's not paying. A take-home pay as a professor that cannot take you home, God forbid. So why should the young ones now stay and do that? They will better go and look for a job that right from the beginning, what they will get is even more than that of the professor. You get what I mean? So this is the problem now.
Thank you very much, Prof, for that. But Prof, if you look at all of these challenges, but these challenges in any way change your definition of success over time?
No, it cannot tell to me the definition of success over time. Uh, but honestly, as I have said, because what the definition of success definitions is that if you want to do something and you plan for it, and at the end of the day you get it, then you are successful. Now, it doesn't mean successful here does not mean that you will have to get money. I mean, to have so much money. As of course, in our environment, see you as a successful somebody if you have money, but that's not always the case. It's difficult, of course, I know, but if right from the beginning you know at the back of your mind, when you are in this type of environment, you are not there to make money. What you want is a successful academic career. Successful academic career means that now you build people, you also solve challenging problems of the environment and what have you. And if you are able to do that, then honestly, you will feel satisfied, yes, that I have made a successful impact into my environment and the generality of the public and the humanity.
Thank you very much, Prof, for that. Because we know that we are quite pained because of the way the younger ones are pulling out of the academic world. That's why we are bringing up all of these questions, because we know we need people to take, this job from you. When you guys are also as the senior ones are also leaving the system, people must take on the job so that the generations yet unborn, their own life will also be guaranteed. So that's why all of this is coming. And Prof, sir, is there a mindset that has helped you to move from survival to fulfillment, even in spite of all of these hurdles that the academic world is facing?
Well, let me say yes, there is, because uh, when you are grown, and as I have said, I have met so many people uh, into being big ones and what have you. So you don't need even to go helter skelter doing some things to get things. But that's part of fulfillment. Honestly, helped me to stabilize and be comfortable with what I am and what I get now. Not only the salary that I get monthly, that's honestly will not be enough. But and that is patient. Patient. You have that. You have trained so many people that are in various places. You are there. Sometimes somebody will just come and say, Oga, I remember you. Then you get him family and what have you. That's well, to me, that's a fulfillment, because I always feel proud that, okay, yes, I have been part and parcel of what this person has become in his life. And that is very good. And that is also what is important as far as academic is concerned, is to develop humanity. Develop humanity. And once you have fulfilled that, then honestly, you'll always be very happy.
Thank you very much. We must, Junction, appreciate our to have been there on this section, listening to Prof as we're doing justice to the question of the day. And I will also now beg them that whatever questions you have, please put them on the chat board. And again, you can also signify so that your questions can now be rolling in before we continue the next segment, because I know that a lot has been dished out already, and there are some great areas that you felt you needed clarification. So you can please signify, so that at least when you now leave this section, you will be better clarified as regard of the things that have bothered you before now. So thank you for being there with us. So we now call for your questions. Okay, I'll just go straight to the chat room.
Hello, Dr. Bryce.
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Okay, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, sir.
Okay, sir. Please, I appreciate the program, and I appreciate Prof for dishing out this discussion to the young academics. We really appreciate his time. So I'm also one of the young academics on this platform. I wanted to ask Prof, during back in his days, the way academics have turned out is quite different. As an LL in these days, they hardly give you activities in some of the universities that, now. Because I could hear when Prof said when he was appointed as a GA, that is graduate assistant, he was given a role in his department. But hardly do we find that in these days. They actually prefer somebody that just finished his PhD for this role. So what can a young academics, because you just feel like you feel useless, as in nobody to, except when they want to call you for maybe exam invigilation, marking of scripts and all that. So, but to give you something that is actually that can actually give you something into your CV, you hardly find that, because they see you as somebody that is cannot be put into some of those roles. Please, I want Prof to actually clarify this. And besides that, these days, if you are not a PhD holder, you hardly, in some of our universities, get to L2, that's lecturer 2. But in those days, we have in some of other universities whereby even while doing your PhD work, you can be given lecturer 2. We hardly progress. And the way Prof said, with the economic hardship, you hardly see some of the young ones going faster in their PhD work. So we hardly find people crossing from AL to L2 when they are in academics, because of the hardship, the family issues, and all that. Please, Prof should actually assist us, enlighten us, and on how we can actually go about this. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Hello, Prof.
Yeah, Dr. Bright.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I've had him. One, he talked about responsibility.
Yes,
And
Prof.
two, he talked also about having PhD before even you become like lecturer 2 or what have you. And then
Yes.
the third one is it family issue?
Yeah, try for them to cope with this, the financial situation that is also affecting their people. Money would also go up to also now help them, muzzle the financial hustle ahead. So all of this is a big challenge that he has stated, Prof.
Yes. Let me say the first one on responsibility.
Yes.
You see, nowadays, in a department where when you come in there already, you have met some senior people or people that have been there before you, and there are many, you will not be thinking that immediately you will be given responsibility. Sincerely speaking, you will have to at least, as the soldier man and the police says, wait for your time to come. But in a situation whereby you are few, then there is no way you will dodge that responsibility. You see, our own case is a little bit different from what is happening now. In those days, I was the only young person in the department. All other staff, in fact, were foreigners, and only one or two of us are from Nigeria. That's one thing. So there is no way we can dodge that responsibility. We got to take it. But now a situation whereby in your own department, you have so many people that you have met there, and they are there. So they will have to be given responsibility before you. And the fact is that you got to wait for your own time to come, and you will have that sort of responsibility. Now, for lecturer two position, even, you see, it depends from one university to other. But generally, in university system, you find that lecturer two position is a start position for PhD holder. But in those days, you can even go to a lecturer one or even more with just masters before. Before, but things can change because there are many people now, and things are much made easier. And don't forget, as I've said also, there are many universities being open. In those days, there are no. You can think of our second generation universities, and that is after the first generation. The second generation universities were just six. When you talk of Ilorin, Osman Danfodi University, BUK, Kano, Unsuka, Obafemi Awolowo, and which other one? They were just six in those days. And you see, but now, just here within Sokoto, how many universities do we have? So when you go there, definitely you can even get more than that, depending. But in the university setting, definitely the PhD holder is to start from uh, lecturer two, provided it's just very fresh, coming afresh. He has not been in the system that he has gone for study leave and then return, but he's just been employed, you see. So you got to that. But don't forget also, in any academic appointment, publications also count. How many publications do you have? How many administrative responsibility also have you held before that? And when you have just come in as a fresh appointee, and you have not been in the academic for any, you have not been in the academic, then you are very fresh. And when you are very fresh, honestly, the starting point there is the lecturer too. And when you go to the financial responsibility for your family and what have you, yes, I agree. Sincerely speaking, it's difficult and it's not encouraging, even for those that have been in the system for a long time. And that's why the young ones now are not keen. Are not keen. I will tell you one episode that happened. There was a friend who is also a professor. Now, his daughter was once they were sitting in a storeroom watching television, and she heard that this person has been appointed so 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 and so 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 and so so so. Then she asked her father, "Daddy, when are you getting your own appointment?" Say he laughed. That am I not employed? Because you see, it's funny. Yes, you are there, you are working, but that working is not, giving you what you need. So that's what brings us to diversifying our own income sources. You got to, but sincerely speaking, if you, no matter how you love the academic, but nowadays that cannot sustain you singly. Honestly, you will have to start diversify. Farming is there, poultry is there. You don't need to even do one big business, but you just need to diversify. You can do poultry, you can do farming, you can do whatever that. Wherever you can get some source of income, that will really help you to maintain your family and be comfortable and stay there in the academy. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Prof, for that particular answer. Before more questions will come in, Prof, but if you look at this whole university environment, you just mentioned publishing and all of that will also help you in the system, which is very germane. But Prof, beyond this publishing, how do you build relevance beyond this publishing in the academic system?
Yeah, this part is very, very important. It's not just publishing for the sake of publishing. You see, publishing is one thing, and publishing something that is good is another thing entirely. And that's why nowadays we have what we call academic metrics, where Google Scholar, Orchid, LinkedIn, Web of Science, and ResearchGates, they are all there, so that all this website and all these links are measuring the citations of your links, I mean the citation of your publications. How infactable are they? That is because if people are really citing your work, your research that has been published, it means yes, it's important, it's good, it has been realized as contributing something good into the academic life and beyond that. Otherwise, you don't. So before publishing, you got to know that yeah, you are publishing something that is important, something that is good, something that is worth publishing. You see, what I want our young people to take note of that nowadays there are many publishing houses that are just there for money, publishing for money, not publishing for the sake of publishing something that are good. They will just need to have, they will just want to have money. You send an article, a paper for publication, just 2 days, you send, they will tell you that yeah, it's published. How? That means there is no peer review on that paper. And of course, to them, so what they need is you pay for that. Once you pay for that, they will publish it. That is it. So it's left to you. If you really want to make an impact on that publication, then you will also need to know where to publish. To publish where you are supposed to publish. You see, as the this author of the book of what do you call it? Animal. What do you call it? I've forgotten the name of that. That's it. Uh, all animals are equal, but some are more equal than the others. You see, all publications, yes, are publications, but you yourself, you know that some publications are more of publications than the other. Some all journals are equal, but some are more of journals than the other because they carry, yes, their name journals. But nowadays, you have every bit of nonsense as journals. They can publish any rubbish. They don't bloody care because all that they need is money. They are there to make money and not to wait to make an impact as to the research work and what have you. So to them, you give them money, they publish it. It's left to you. But this academic metrics that comes up now is really good something because it makes people to know if really what you are publishing is good or not. For a publication that has not been cited by anybody, even for a year and what, you know that publication is rubbish. It's not good something, you know. Otherwise, I immediately you make that publication to the world because now people can see it in the world. When you log in there, you just see something, and people can cite it, and then you know that is something good. But again, there is certain trend that is coming up now which is also making the citation to become doubtful. What I mean by that, you will see a group of people, say 10 or 20, and from the same place, they will come and they will come around and say, okay, they are going to do research. This person will take this topic, this one will take this topic. They like have 10 topics like that. All of them, 10 of them. Then they'll do and they'll produce papers, 10 papers. Each of these 10 papers will carry all the 10 passes, each of them. And when it comes to citation, also they will cite each of them. So before you realize, you will have multiple of citations and whatever in the metric. So that also is making the academic metrics into a mess. So, so my own advice is that let people please forget about, publishing anyhow. Make sure what you are publishing is worth publishing, and they get good publishing houses to get you those things. Of course, they cost sometimes. They cost, I will tell you one my experience about 2 years or 3 years ago. There was a paper that I needed to publish in the, what do you call it, JM, they call it, I've forgotten the name. I have to pay £1,400, that single publication. You see how much is 1,400? It's costly. You can imagine. So, but it's worth doing that, because no paper can go into that JMI if it's not a good something, but it's costly. So we understand that, and we understand also the predicament of this young generation that are coming. But please let them be patient and make sure that whatever they are publishing something that is good and in a quite reputable publication, how reputable journals and what have you. There are many of them.
Thank you very much, Prof. There's a question on our chat box that says, how can we build our self-sufficiency around the three core responsibility of a lecturer vis-a-vis teaching and research and community service for community development?
That is it. When the first thing, even in your letter of employment, you will be told that you need to teach, research, and make even community, community development. They are all there right from the beginning. When you come into this system, those things are there, and you cannot run away from them. That's why you are there. You will be given some responsibility in one community, or even outside the academic, you will be involved in one thing or the other. They are all there. But upon all this also, we need to make a way of having some economic, some to get some, some more income that can help us survive. Because yes, if you say you are only going to indulge yourself in these three things and no other thing, so how will you survive? Thirdly, you need also to diversify. As I've said, get yourself involved in some things that are not much time consuming, are not much time consuming. Even if it's just over the weekend that you go there and do something, they could help you. And there are also some things that you don't need to be doing every day, every day. Some investment. Sometimes, if you invest something and then after a while you always get the returns, then you can use that to maintain yourself. Such things can help, sincerely speaking.
Okay, thank you very much, Prof, for that. There's another question again from our chat, but before we take any question from our participants directly, this one is Prof. How do you handle a situation whereby you want to go for your PhD program and you already have an area that you are passionate about, but you are influenced by your department to go for another area because that is what the department feels they need because they are lacking in that area? And you know, without the PhD, you cannot be promoted to the next rank. So, Prof, what can be done in that regard?
Yeah, you see, you have to strike a balance between your own interest and that of the department. I know, really, we have such challenges. You will see somebody that you say his interest is in this area, but the department, according to their own plan, they would like to have so area, so this person in this area and this area and this area and this area. And if somebody comes in new, they will see an area that they really want to have some people on, and for them to train him. Eh? Because if they are paying for his training, then definitely, maybe if you how do you put it that for those that pays the piper dictate the tunes, isn't it?
Very
So that's really what is happening. But if they are not the one that are paying or are sponsoring you, then you can do whatever area you want. But honestly, seeing what is happening in the department, If they really the university that is sponsoring you, then you will have to be. I mean, you will have to go into that area for your own PhD. And believe you me, it doesn't mean even if you have area in you go for your PhD in that very area that the university or the department want you to go, you can always come back because by the time you come back, your horizon has widened, and you can do so many things, and you can pick even an area of your research to continue. That has been happening in many cases.
Thank you very much, Prof, for that. Is there still further question before we continue? Okay, if there is none for now,
Yes,
we'll
I have a question. I even
okay.
asked in the chat box. I even raised my hand, please.
Oh, sorry for that, sir. Please, you have the floor now.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you, Prof. Thank you, organizers. I'm Oshokunle Abdulmajid from Federal Polytechnic, Bauchi. Prof, sir, please, if a Plan B job is allowed in academic work, what type of the job can one do ethically or that is allowed by the law? Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you see, actually, by the law, generally, not even academic and what have you, but the law you'll find that people are allowed to do some farming business, some particularly some investment, some even vocational, something outside your own official time. You can do that. So that's why you see many people in the academics, usually they go for various types of farming. Poultry is there, fishery is there, and what have you. Even the farming, the real farming, you go plant rice or potato or what have you, which are seasonal and what have you. But all those things supplement our salary, essentially speaking. So those things are allowed, but because they are not really carrying much weight on your time schedule. So that's really what is there.
Oh, thank you very much, Prof, for that.
Thank you, my professor. Thank you. I'm satisfied. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, my brother. And Prof, thank you again for doing justice to that, Prof. Prof, why we'll continue because we'll soon be rounding up this section. Prof, we want to know the smartest career decision you've ever made along your line of academics. Prof, so that we can also replicate it, Prof.
The smartest career decision.
Yeah.
What do you think of? You see, the smartest careers was when because in those days I say, okay, I would not like to do my PhD in the same university that I graduated, even in the same university that I did my master's and what I really want to go out of the country entirely. And that's honestly, I felt was a very smart something, which God helped me also. I got scholarship to go and do that. I really enjoy it, and I found and learned so many things outside beyond even the real study that I have been there to do. I've made so many contacts, made so many, what have you? I travel a lot there, and really that's helped me. I love that smart decision that I made.
Thank you very much, Prof, for that, because we know that traveling is also part of education. And again, having diverse knowledge from different persons will also help you along the academic line. But Prof, sometimes, this department or the university, some department or some area seems to look like a very toxic environment or a very slow system to the way we want things, to go. Prof, how we wanna try, or how do wanna thrive in such a toxic system, Prof?
I don't understand what you mean by a toxic system. In what way?
Okay. Prof, what I mean is that there are some, if you enter some areas in the university now, as a young man, you have come with different views, and you have different views as regard how things is done. Maybe you've also country, you've studied very hard. You want to now and deliver what you've already learned, reciprocate by way of reproducing all that you have been taught that way by inculcating the new, into a new system. But you find out that this system sometimes might be, will find a way to be, it will not be restricting you, in trying to offload all of these that you have learned. So this system, it has a way of slowing you down in your thoughts and in your visions. So, Prof, how we want people to not thrive in such an environment? I use the word toxic in quote, but not necessarily toxic. It might be a slow system to your plan.
Yeah, honestly, that is very true because myself, I experienced it when I came back from my study with my PhD. I wanted to see in my department, in my faculty, that my department should have in those days, a computing laboratory whereby our students can enjoy that and can be doing things on their own even. But here, you find that one, no such facilities was available by then, and the two, even where there are students were very much restricted, not even even the staff were not all that much allowed, not much of students. So what will you do in such a situation when you find yourself in that? One, you got to be patient, I can say, because you cannot change that in a day. But believe you me, I know with time and with persuasion, people will understand what you are saying, especially when you meet old people that are very old and passionate with that old things, old way of doing things, and you come in all the way afresh with many things, many new things that are happening over there. I mean, you cannot change them overnight, but believe you me, uh, with some patience and dedication, you will definitely change them, because those ones that are there cannot be there forever. It's just a question of delaying for some little time, but that does not in any way also, that shouldn't kill you, honestly. But just be patient. A little time you'll pick up and then make sure that changes are made accordingly.
Thank you very much, Prof, for that. You've also made us realize that this particular word that, wait for your time as far as the, civil service in Nigeria is concerned. Well, I always reminded of that, and especially by our senior colleagues. So not to be fast, but we will continue to do our best to ensure that the system get better. But Prof, as we also now begin to plan to wrap up, but Prof, if you look at the academic world, Prof, that one truth that every academic should hold tight, what is that one truth, Prof?
Well, honesty. Honesty. Because if you are not honest, then honestly, you don't need to be in the academic. Even in your research, you got to be honest. Sometimes not only sometimes, I always tell my people that are doing research or what have you, that look, you might come in to carry out a research, believing that this is what you expect to happen in that research, but you get another result. I always tell them that this is also a result. Whether what you expect to get is this that you have gotten or not, everything there is a result, provided you follow the right step, the right procedure, and do the something diligently, then it is a result. So it's a question of honesty. If you are not honest, then you don't need to be there, sincerely speaking. But if you are honest, even in that, then yes, you can do that. And remember, we are handling even our children and what have you. If you are not honest, then honestly, there are a lot of problems. So to me, honesty is very important and the most important thing for you to be in the academy.
Thank you very much, Prof, for that, because that is very key. But But Prof, if you look at the academic world, there's bound to be competition. But at what point, Prof, did you stop competing and now started evolving?
I like from the beginning. I've said that you don't need to be competing with somebody, because if you are competing, it means at a time you run into trouble, you'll be lost. But what is important is that you have a focus, you build a career. This is what I want to achieve. So you start your journey. The journey that takes that person 1 hour, that journey can take another person 5 hours, can take another person 10 hours. And you are all human beings. So what you got to do is just plan it. If it takes him just 1 hour to go there, let it take you 4 hours to go there. At the end of the day, when you reach there, you are both there. So that is very, very important, and it's a very good yardstick. I don't believe in what do you call it? Eh?
Competition.
The competition. Why do I have to compete with somebody on things that I know God did not made us the same day, the same time? Human beings are different, even in our ability, capability, and what have you. We are all different. So why competition? He gets his own. Maybe he gets his own something. I mean, even his degree, when was that? My own, when was that? Even if we are in the same class, you'll find that somebody will have first class, somebody will have second class, over somebody will cast third class, and what. No matter how hard you try, you cannot have the same thing. So human beings, we are meant to be different, and we stand to be different always. Always. So why do I have to compete with somebody? No, you do your things your own way, and consistently, and be patient, and definitely you will get to the destination. That is what is important.
Thank you very much, Prof, for that. You've made us realize that all fingers indeed are not equal by the way we're created by the Almighty. And Prof, considering the level you have gotten to the academic world now, this is the final question, Prof. Are there boundaries that you have set that have made you, get to this level successfully without, having the grace to be able to cross through all the hurdles that have, come your way?
What do you say, boundaries?
Are there boundaries that you have set that made you, be able to achieve, all that you have achieved today as far as the academic world is concerned?
Yeah, patient. Honestly, if you are patient, then the sky is your limit. You can reach wherever you want to reach. I always query my people, why are you so in haste to do that or to reach that place? No, be patient, and then you reach there. And maybe by that time that you reach there will be the best time for you. You might like to be the head of the department next day or next year, but that is not a very good thing for you. You might run into trouble, but maybe after some 3 or 4 years, then that will be the right time for you. You will enjoy the leadership. You will enjoy everything. So I feel when you have that patience, then sky is your limit. You just plan it, and then honestly, you'll have that.
Yeah, thank you very much, Prof. I want to sincerely thank you for your impactful contributions and actionable insight today. We're indeed very glad that we had you to do justice to our topic today. Prof, we're very grateful for your time, and we quite appreciate for your contributions today. And again, you've been able to, open our eyes to a lot which we never knew as far as, the academic world is concerned, and especially as young academics. All of these will also shaping us and also help us to navigate the present hurdles that we are facing as far as that particular, career line is concerned. Prof, we're indeed very grateful to you for your time. We thank you sincerely, and we pray that when we call on you again, Prof, you will also be available for us to do more and give more to us, Prof.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Bright. God bless you. And God bless every other person that have participated in this. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Prof. I
All right.
want to hand over the section to the event anchor, Dr. Ido.
Thank you very much, Dr. Bright. And Prof, I want to appreciate you for the authenticity that you have brought into the conversation. And I want to also appreciate all our audience for their patience to be on this call and for their participation. That is why this, we can call it a success at this point in time. Thank you everyone for being on this conversation. Before we wrap it up this evening, quickly, I have something which is as a takeaway for us today from this conversation. Now, the first thing here that I want us to take away is academic success is not linear, it is layered. Now, what do I mean by that? Many of the struggles in academia are part of the process. Prof has made us to understand that, and knowing this early, like Prof has also said, prevents frustration and misplacement of expectations. And the second thing is networking is as important as publishing. Beyond your publication, strategic relationship and collaboration often determine research funding and global visibility. So it is who knows your work, not just where your work is published. So Prof also mentioned that you have to know and be careful where you are publishing, where you are publishing, and the journal for which you are publishing. And the third one is career without well-being is unsustainable. Burnout, neglect of family, or loss of personal health has been one of academia's silent killer. So thriving requires conscious boundaries and integrating personal fulfillment with personal excellence. Prof just said that be patient. That is a great boundary that you have to set for yourself. Be patient, don't rush yourself too much so that you don't lose your head in the pursuit of what you need to enjoy the life. So, and finally, impact outlives accolades. So while title and metrics matter, the long-term joy in academia comes from the lives you influence, the you shape, and the knowledge you advance that solve real problems. So that is your true legacy. So thank you everyone for being on this conversation. So, like I said, while we were starting out, we've got some great rewards for you as we got for you a PF resource material for you. Now you can go to the link on, you can screenshot this, go to the link and then download the PDF material. It will help your research work. And also to join us in our next AI Academia weekend. This is weekend that we do quarterly from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We take on a mastermind to help academics, professional researchers for their visibility, scalability, amplify their productivity, and give them strategy for scalable profitability. And our next AI Academy will be on academic publishing strategy. That's the mastermind we are going to be looking at in our next mastermind. So that's the link there to join. If you're already in utilization lab, then you will have access to the link. The mastermind is free. So if you are in the utilization lab, just wait. The next mastermind will be happening in September. We hold it quarterly, and we are going to be looking at academic publishing strategy, how AI also look at all that together. You want to publish in Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. how where to locate them. Are there all these journals, scopes that are free? We want to explore this area and help our visibility further. You can screenshot this so you also have it and get across to us or connect with the bonuses that we have made, we have put out there for you. So our next edition of Publish and Prosper, we are already making move and working on that. And in case you have an area that's in academia that you want us to explore, then you can DM us via the WhatsApp number also on the screen. Send us the area you might want us also to invite academic leaders to explore with us on this Publish and Prosper. And before we draw the curtain, I have something big for you. Like I said, as we are starting out, this is a bonus offer for you. Now, wait for it. This will be amazing. The offer that I'm giving you today will be a lifetime offer that will change your academic career for life. A lot of questions has been asked today. Then let's see what strategy can we use to implement these answers that we have received today. Now, if you are a committed scholar or academic researcher, this combo, these two training, these two masterminds will change everything for you and get you the relevance, recognition, and rewards you desire without the burnout. Now, the first one is Academia Future of Work Mastermind. This has 3 immersive, actionable sessions. And we have 7 implementation worksheets and guides to ensure your mastery and implementation without needing us. And through this, you will be able to master how to elevate your career with creativity, strategy, and innovation as a researcher without compromise, and also future-proof your career. And the second one is AI, economy, career edge for researchers. This has 2 impactful sessions with proven techniques. This is practical oriented. It is hands-on, real-time practical session on how to strategically build meaningful influence and sustainable income streams from your research work and career. You don't need any tech skills. Everything is broken down for you bit by bit and step by step. Now, today's price for these 2 training combined is 55,000 naira. And however, okay, this is the sample of the certificate. You are going to be issued a certificate after completing this training. Also, you are going to issue this certificate. This certificate is from Nurture Essence International, which is a CS registered and certified organization recognized for equipping professionals with in-demand skills and globally respected credentials. Now, here's it. As a bonus for you participating, for helping us to make today's session a success, today Publish and Prosper a success, if you make your payment before 12 p.m. on September 3rd, you will get this entire combo for just a fraction, 20,000 naira only. So instead of 55,000, you'll be paying 20,000 naira, and you will get free membership access to join us at ACE Community, Academia Cafe Elites Community. For those of you that have been asking how to join us at Academic Cafe Elite Community, this is the cheapest way to join us. This is one of the easiest way to join us. And don't forget, after you make your payment, ensure that you forward your proof of payment, full name, and Gmail address to the WhatsApp number on the screen. But note, this offer lasts until 12 p.m. September 3rd, 2025. And after then, the price goes back to 55,000 5,000 naira. So you can screenshot this and make your payment, and then we give you access to the two training. Thank you all for your participation. Once again, I want to thank our moderator, Dr. Bright, and I want to thank our panelists, Professor Shehu Gulumbe. And also, we are so sorry, along the line, I got message from Prof, and all what is happening is beyond our control. We are so sorry for not having Professor Maureen on this conversation with us. And after this conversation, I will still have to reach out to her again. But I want to believe that it has been an amazing, transformative, and transformational session for all of us on this call this evening. Thank you for being here. Thank you for participating, and thank you for making this a success. And until next time, I want to encourage you, keep having patience, like Prof has encouraged us, and then keep winning. But don't forget to screenshot this and get what can help you transform your income stream as academic professionals and researchers. Thank you all for being here. Till next time, gracias.